Hi, my name is Marissa Horn, and I'm a rising senior journalism major at the University of Maryland with a global poverty minor. I wrote about coal mining, which is going on in the Appalachian region, especially of the United States. Coal is extracted from the earth through a variety of methods, including but not limited to surface mining and underground mining. And mountaintop removal is the most common surface mining method, where portions of the mountain are taken out, mixed with chemicals. There's heavy equipment involved, and there's overburden that is dumped onto the ground. There's also surface mining, which is described as room and pillar mining and longwall mining. The first cloud that I created is mostly dedicated to the environment and how mountaintop mining has affected it most. To produce coal, there is a lot of different things that go into it that are toxic for the air that we breathe, the water that we drink, and has also contributed to ozone layer depleting. Mountaintop removal affects more than just the environment, however. The environment is just one of its many victims. There's also social and economic combinations of things that are also affected in the three-pillar setup that we learned in class. The environment is affected in many ways, however, through water, forests, and degradation of biodiversity. We also have poisoned drinking water from the leakage of sludge into water in general, and sludge impoundments have leaked before or broken, such as the one in 1972 in Buffalo Creek Hollow, West Virginia, where a 15-foot wave leveled towns for 15 miles outside of the impoundment and killed 125 people and injured thousands more. With what can be described as social effects that have been taking place, as well as environmental combination. There's high cancer rates within the region. There's also lung and cancer, respiratory diseases that occur from working in the mines or living around the mines. Heart attacks and cardiovascular disease is also more prevalent, and overall, there's shorter lives and preventable deaths. Preventable deaths referring to random accidents that would not have occurred if mountaintop removal was not occurring nearby. Within recent years, President Barack Obama has taken steps to lessen the environmental impacts of mountaintop coal mining in the main producers of coal: Kentucky, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, in 2009. This would generally promote the overall well-being of mountaintop environmental health in those states, but would also outreach into the community to increase awareness and diversify the Appalachian economy that so heavily relies on coal as a regional product. Mitigation projects were also introduced. In terms of economic effects, there's flooding and blasting and flying rocks, which affects the livelihood of people in nearby towns and also destroys their property sometimes. But more importantly, there's big businesses, little people. In a May 2006 issue of Vanity Fair, the scene of the then recent West Virginia coal mining accident that killed 13 miners was described as the days of Dickens. It explained the importance of the coal mining industry in West Virginia and nearby Appalachian states, and how coal is king, just above billionaire owners and the coal mining companies themselves. Inspectors had issued several health safety citations to the mine, the article stated, the years leading up to the accident, but they were ignored by coal owners and were absorbed in by their lawyers, and their continued perversion of their business. Though these types of accidents and destruction of land would never happen in wealthy states such as Connecticut, New York, Massachusetts, the article said it happens in Appalachia because of the poverty-stricken inhabitants that sometimes rely solely on the successes and continuation of coal mining until the mines dry up and move out. In my second word cloud, after I learned all about this, I included more words that describe the impact on the people in the Appalachian Mountain region rather than just the environment. These words include mountaintop, coal, Virginian, people, website, ecological, nearby inhabitants, preventable, and diseases. And the new information I learned from this recommended and outside sources led me to believe more information about the impoverished people that live within the regions most affected by mountaintop mining. as well as the politicians that are involved in creating legislation that might save them. So I live very close to West Virginia in Mount Airy, Maryland, which is under 21771 zip code. We receive our power from the Potomac Edison Company, which also receives its power from 21 coal-fired plants that are connected with mountaintop removal, and that's only 150 miles within the reach of my zip code, those 21 coal-fired plants, which wasn't quite surprising because I live so close to West Virginia, Pennsylvania, and other states that are heavily involved in mining. And however, many people are unaware of that our power still comes from coal-powered plants that are drawing upon local non-renewable resources. So finding sustainable consumption is going to be difficult in the region that I live in because we rely so heavily on it. The first is education, which is already implemented in my county. In middle schools, we attend conservation school for a week. It's outdoor camp, and we learn about conserving our water and other things, and also sustainability. But I believe that this education needs to continue past this information, become embedded in our everyday actions in order to develop sustainable consumption practices. The second is transparency between the companies and the customers. Transparency can be found from disclosing how much power the region is using, how much coal takes to power one house, and educating consumers on the side effects of coal on socioeconomic bearings as well as the environment. Labels, taxes, and electric bills with direct consumption consequences will have some effect, but I believe that education is the key to making the largest difference.